Now at 10, details on a contagious skin infection spreading around the Ozarks. Plus, how bridge repairs on Rangeline Road next week will impact drivers. And we're going to check out a car show at Little Balkans Days.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A highly contagious skin infection is making the rounds in the Ozarks. This is KOAM News at 10. It's called impetigo. It's usually found in small children. The rashes might cause some parents to worry it's something worse. Reporter Liam Girard talked to a family who wants other parents to get their kids treated if they see the warning signs.
Yeah, you'd rather put their health above it. This 19-month-old baby gave his parents quite a scare. They found rashes over Leon's body.
Deep, and it had like a white spot in the middle.
Parents Brandon Saeed and Tessa Eldred Saeed noticed it after daycare. They saw blisters on his feet, rashes on his leg and face. At first they looked like bug bites, but it was actually something they've never seen before.
Yeah, but it looks different. I'm going to keep an eye on it. Very damaging to the skin, so I didn't want to leave something going on for too long.
Doctors told them it was impetigo. The CDC says it's a common infection often found in young children. The symptoms include red, itchy sores. Those can break open and leak a clear fluid or pus for a few days. Saeed says they posted about it on social media so people don't think it's something worse, like monkeypox, smallpox, or some other virus.
But I knew monkeypox had been in the news lately, so I'm like, okay guys, I'm not trying to freak anybody out. This is not the end of the world, but this did happen.
CDC leaders say treatments are topical or oral antibiotics. Leon's parents say they got prescriptions and use antibacterial soap, and that eased the rashes quickly.
Be aware this is going on.
The first-time parents say go to the doctor if anything looks odd because it's better to be safe than sorry.
Don't be afraid to take your kid because it could be anything.
I'm a first-time parent. This is my first child. I've never seen this before, so kind of like a, hey, heads up, this is what it looks like.
Health officials say those with impetigo can return to work or school if they've started antibiotics. Sam Lane joins us now with a first look at the weather.
Thank you very much, Dally. It was a beautiful day across the area. We did start out with a little bit of rain, but then the sun came out. You can see on the satellite and radar, most of that activity has now moved off towards the east. And the question is it going to be back in time for the holiday forecast? We'll have the answer coming right up.
South Rangeline Bridge construction has been planned all summer and it's finally starting next week. Businesses near the bridge will still be normally accessible. MoDOT officials say they asked the citizens to be patient and pre-plan their routes to work next Tuesday as the bridge will close at 5 a.m.
87 days is what it is bid at. So yeah, as soon as we get the bridge done, okay, we'll open it up for traffic.
Project is supposed to be completed by December 16th. You can find more information and detour route at modot.org. The McDonald County Sheriff's Office partnered up with Black Rain Ordnance to purchase 20 suppressed short barrel rifles. The Sheriff's Office is upgrading its rifles from the Department of Defense rifles they're currently using.
And just a concept of a short gun for their needs. And then we presented them several different designs that we had. And then what they did is out of all those designs, they picked things from each one and then we built it all as what you see here today.
A sergeant says the new rifles will help them do their job better and faster. The Carthage Humane Society was shocked to see its monthly electric bill increase to $2,000. They reached out to the community on Facebook asking for donations to cover the bill. The community came together to support and ended up donating more than the requested amount. Due to the extreme heat, the Humane Society bills have been increasing dramatically.
How are we going to pay this bill? Last month our bill had jumped from $600 to $1,000 and that was difficult. But then it doubled to $2,000.
You can also support the shelter by donating animal food and cleaning supplies. Little Balkans Days is underway in Pittsburgh. One of the events today was the Drag the Gut Cruise Night, where people could bring out their best rides for a night on the town and a car show. A really cool one. The festival will continue through the weekend with events including a Civil War battle reenactment and a polka dance. Coming up, how NASA is preparing for a test flight of its Artemis mission to the moon. Plus, thousands of strollers are being recalled because of an amputation risk. NASA is counting down to another attempt to launch its Artemis mission on a test flight to the moon. After Monday's scrub, the new window opens tomorrow afternoon. Reporter Skylar Henry is at the Kennedy Space Center, where mission teams are going through pre-launch procedures.
NASA is keeping an eye on some dicey weather, but says for now, the Saturday launch is a go.
Our team is ready. They are getting better with every attempt.
The launch window opens at 2:17 p.m. Eastern for Artemis 1 to blast into lunar orbit. This one's a test flight, but one day a human crew will ride in the capsule for the first moon landing in half a century.
It's like my DNA is changing just looking at what's happening right now.
Italian astronaut Luca Parmitano came here to the Kennedy Space Center to watch and imagine.
Are you somebody that wants to get back up there, especially in these missions ahead?
Well, look at me. Here I am wearing my flight suit because this is what I do. This is what we signed up to do.
With the launch now scheduled over the holiday weekend, it's attracting bigger crowds than the last launch attempt. Between 200 and 400,000 people are expected to pack the area for a look.
Monday's launch was scrubbed because of engine trouble and a problem with the chilling operation. NASA now believes a faulty sensor was to blame.
Right now, team has really just done a fantastic job getting us out of launch attempt number 1, repairing all the issues, and getting us into a safe configuration to proceed into tomorrow's launch attempt.
If there's another scrub on Saturday, liftoff moves to Monday afternoon. But for now, NASA's most powerful rocket ever is on the pad, poised for its maiden moonshot. Skylar Henry, CBS News, at the Kennedy Space Center.
Now, if there are more delays, the final opportunity is going to be on Tuesday. After that, the rocket would have to be rolled back to the vehicle assembly building for some maintenance before the next opportunity in late September or October. Some parents are going to need to find a new way to get their kids out in the fresh air. More than 14,000 strollers from UPPA Baby are being recalled due to a potential risk of injury. The Consumer Product Safety Commission reports the rear brakes on the company's all-terrain Ridge jogging strollers could pose a laceration or amputation threat. The strollers were sold nationwide in numerous retailers, including Bye Bye Baby and Amazon. Off-duty airline pilots calling for better working conditions and benefits picketed at major airports all across our country. Frustrated by a recent jump in flight delays and cancellations, the union representing pilots held what's called informational pickets at about a dozen airports. At the same time, the Department of Transportation is finalizing new regulations, including refunds, to help passengers experiencing long delays or substantial schedule changes. Sam is going to be right back with the complete forecast, but first we take time now to honor a local veteran. Mark Burr served in the U.S. Air Force from 1994 to 1999. His hometown, Pittsburgh, and we are proud to salute Sergeant Mark Burr, a four-state hero. You can learn about lots of other heroes. We have thousands of them in our database. You can look them up by name or by hometown. You can also submit a hero of your own anytime. We're always looking for more to honor. Just click on the link on our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com.
Well, we're starting off the long weekend just right with a little bit of rain this morning and mostly sunny skies this afternoon. And it looks like it's going to be a pleasant evening out there. Still is, right down in Seneca, Missouri at the Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Pretty nice night. And it's going to be that way for most of the evening as we move into the morning hours. All right, let's take a look at the radar and show you most of the rain has now moved off towards the east over in central and eastern Missouri, extending down into northern Arkansas. That was over us earlier today and helped filling up the lakes a little bit because they're a little bit below normal. If you're heading out to Grand Lake this weekend, it's about a foot below normal right now. And if you go over to Beaver Lake, they're about the same, around 3/4 of a foot below normal. Table Rock is a little bit worse at 3 feet below normal right now. And then if we go up to Stockton, they're around 4 feet below normal. So if you're heading out to the lakes, just be a little bit careful as the water is just a little bit lower than normal. All right, let's take a look at the temperatures right now. They're in the 70s for the most part, 70 in Joplin, also in Pittsburgh, and 71 in Iola, 75 up in Yates Center. Currently in Joplin, we're currently sitting at 70 degrees, and that's what it feels like because the dew point is 69. Look at that, the humidity is already 97%, and that's kind of a harbinger of things to come. We're expecting dense fog to form later on tonight and tomorrow, so if you're heading out and about, just be aware of that with lows in the mid-60s with the fog in place, and then it should burn off by mid-morning, and then by early afternoon, we'll see temperatures in the mid-80s with scattered showers and storms possible, especially off towards the west, but isolated storms are going to be possible anywhere across our area. Then as we move into Sunday morning, lows in the mid-60s across our region, with, again, isolated showers possible. Sunday afternoon, mid-80s, upper 80s out to the west with isolated storms, again, possible across our area. Then as we go into Monday morning, Labor Day, again, lows in the mid-60s with here and there a few scattered spotty showers across our area. Over the next 7 days, we're going to see 86 tomorrow with a chance of showers around, isolated storms on Sunday, and then Labor Day, 30% chance of storms, most of that will be off towards the east. And then as we move into Tuesday, a little bit drier, we'll drop it down to 85, but then in the middle to latter part of next week, highs in the mid-80s and chance of storms, only about 30% coverage on each of those days. So not bad of a forecast.
No, those temperatures pretty pleasant for early September.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Sam. Hey, we're getting out of here now so we can turn it over to Sports Director Jacob Leonard. Friday night football action straight ahead.
You're watching 4-State Friday Night. Brought to you by GN Bank, Labette Health, ProCam, and the law offices of Stickland, Dreyer, and Tinney.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into week 2 of 4-State Friday Night on KOAM. I'm KOAM Sports Director Jacob Leonard. Tonight is week 2 of the regular season in Missouri. We're going to start with week 1 action in southeast Kansas. The Girard Trojans open the season tonight on the road against Columbus. And these two of the best in the CNC. And Girard was undefeated in the regular season last year. Columbus 4-5 in 2021, aiming for a bounce-back season. Girard punting in the first, snap goes over Luke Nigaman's head. Kicks it out of the back of the end zone for the safety. It's 2-0 Columbus. Later in the quarter, Brett Hamilton keeps it and gets loose. I believe this was about 25 yards for the touchdown, giving the Titans a 9-0 lead. Second quarter, defense is making plays. Cade Saporito steps in front for the interception for the Titans. Takes it deep in Girard territory, but then Trojans get a turnover of their own. Anthony Pike picks it off for Girard. Defensive battle in the first half. It's 9-6 Columbus at the break. Early third, Girard goes straight down the field. Alex Kester, his second touchdown of the night. Trojans take their first lead. It's 13-9. To the fourth, Girard again. Luke Nigaman keeps it around the end for the 11-yard touchdown. That pushes the Trojans' lead to 20-9. But wait, Columbus, look at this. 4th and 15 from the Girard 16. Hamilton throws it up and Landon Midget makes a play. Great grab. Columbus now within 5, but that's where it stayed. Trojans take their season opener over Columbus 20-15. Well, speaking of CNC rivalries, we have another one tonight in Riverton with the Rams welcoming in the Galena Bulldogs. The Rams are entering their first season under head coach Danny Weaver after Johnny Mallett retired this offseason. On the other side, the Bulldogs on a 7-game regular season winning streak dating back to last October. Second play of the game, Ryder Goodman airs it out to Ryder Phillips for the touchdown. Rams take a 7-0 lead. Galena now in the first in possession. Dawson Mooney punches this one in. Bulldogs get the 2-point conversion to take the lead. It is 8-7. Second quarter, Mooney runs it in for his second touchdown of the night. And last play of the half here, Galena looking to extend their lead further. Zane Turner, though, picked off by Ryder Phillips to end the half. Didn't matter. Galena pulls away in the end. Bulldogs win at 32-7. The Pittsburgh Purple Dragons open their season tonight at home against Emporia. Pittsburgh is heading into their first season under head coach Josh Latimer. Not only do they got a new head coach, plenty of new faces on the field this year for the Purple Dragons. Pittsburgh on the 10-yard line. Gabe Kimsey hits a pitch, punches it in. Dragons extend their lead. Now here's the PAT. Check it out. Pittsburgh Off the bad snap, Jackson McKechnie, huge block. Carson Nicholson gets into the end zone. This one, really good game, but Emporia winning in overtime on a late field goal, 25-22. The Chanute Blue Comets. Listen, this is going to be one of the best teams in Southeast Kansas this season. Chanute on the road against Augusta tonight to open their season. Blue Comets win 38-14. Chanute will play their home opener next week, hosting Pittsburgh. The Joplin Eagles put on a defensive clinic last week, beating Branson 34-3 in their season opener. And Joplin hits the road tonight for the first time this season, facing the Willard Tigers. Now, the Tigers trying for the upset and their first win of the season after losing a shootout to Neosho last week. Scoreless first quarter. Tell this, 4th and a handful, Joplin makes him pay. 67-yard bomb from Hobbs Gooch to Davin Thomas. It's 7-0 Joplin. Back comes Willard. Same score to start the second. Russell Roten finds Raymond Ray. They said he broke the plane, so we're tied at 7. Too much from the Eagles, though. It's Thomas again on the jet sweep. Been so good these first two games. That makes it 14-7. Joplin rolls from there, winning 52-13 to get to 2-0 on the season. The Carthage Tigers dominated Republic 56-26 last week in their season opener. Tonight, the Tigers on the road for the first time this season, facing Branson. All Carthage again, winning 49-0. Luke Gall. Dude, he had 6 touchdowns last week, 5 this week, and he didn't even play the second half. A massive game for Carthage next week. They're at home against the Nixa Eagles. Well, the Lamar Tigers play their home opener tonight, hosting Logan Rogersville. Lamar opened the season last week with a dominant performance over Marshfield, shutting out the Blue Jays 48-0. Now, the Tigers try to stay rolling tonight against the Wildcats and extend their regular season winning streak to 16 games. Tigers offense moving down the field. Joel Beshore, pass complete there. They're inside the 5. Lamar keeps the pressure on. Beshore runs it down the middle for the first touchdown of the game. 6-0 Tigers. Later, Beshore going to the air again. Gets all the way in. Another touchdown for Lamar. Extra point makes it 14-0 Tigers. Lamar shuts out Logan Rogersville tonight, 28-0. Well, that brings us to our one and only break here on 4-State Friday night. When we come back, Parsons Vikings kick off their schedule at home against Prairie View. Also, Nevada aims for a 2-0 start against Reed Spring. We're going to have those highlights and more next. The Parsons Vikings were one of the biggest surprises of the season last year. The Vikings went 7-3 last fall and made the regional championship game after going just 3-6 the year before. And Parsons trying to keep the momentum this season, beginning tonight with their home opener against Prairie View. First possession of the game for the Vikings, quarterback Trey Mack keeps it, takes it to the outside, in for the score. Parsons out to a quick lead, then 1-point game here. Mack finds Jesse Jones on the outside, shakes a guy loose, and now he's got space. Plenty of it. Up the sideline, 74 yards for the touchdown. That makes it 14-6 Vikings. They keep the pressure on. 3 touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. This time it's Mack to J.J. Kendrick. He stays in bounds, gets into the end zone. Parsons rolls to a season-opening win over Prairie View, 56-22 the final. The Fort Scott Tigers get a home game tonight to begin the season, hosting the Paola Panthers. Fort Scott trying to bounce back this fall after a 1-8 season in 2021. Tonight the Tigers fall 28-6. Fort Scott crosses the state line next week to face the Butler Bears in Missouri. The Nevada Tigers opened the season with a statement last week, blowing out Springfield Catholic 62-7. Tonight the Tigers play at home for the first time this year, hosting the Reed Spring Wolves. Now, Reed Spring is also 1-0 coming into the night after shutting out Monette last week. Second quarter, Nevada with the ball. Avius Stedman, I hear his name plenty this year, coming to the near side, in for the score. Tigers go up 12-7. Sticking around in the second quarter, guess you're going to hear his name again tonight. Stedman coming around the end, down the sideline. Long touchdown there for Avius Stedman. Look, Nevada all night. Tigers get to 2-0, rolling by Reed Spring 34-7. Well, the McDonald County Mustangs off to a bit of a slow start, falling to Mount Vernon 31-7 last week in their opener. They try to bounce back in their home opener tonight against Marshfield. Mustangs get it done big, 35-13. They'll be back in action next week on the road against Logan Rogersville. Now, that is all the time we have here on 4 State Friday Night. Be sure to switch it over to our sister station, Fox 14, at 11 o'clock for our very first edition of Press Box. That is a 30-minute show, all high school football. Again, 11 o'clock on Fox 14. We'll have even more highlights and scores from all across the area. For now, though, we are out of time. Thanks for staying up late with us. We'll see you right back here next week.